Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. So on today's tutorial I'm going to be sharing with you guys how to make this beautiful cowl top that you can see right here on your screen. So this tutorial is totally beginner friendly and this top is very easy to make. So if this is your first time you are coming across my channel or my video, you are very much welcome, and please do wait to hit the subscribe button and join this beautiful family. And to my returning subscribers, thank you guys so much for always stopping by to watch my video. Thank you. So guys, this is the fabric we are going to be working with, and this is a silk fabric. It's a flower silk fabric, and you'll be needing around 1.5 to 2 years of fabric depending on the length of the top you are working with. So what I have here is almost 2 years, but is 1 yard and 28 inches. That was what I have, as you can see. So this is what I have, 1 yard and 28 inches. Now what we are going to be doing is to fold our fabric into two. So we are going to be folding our fabric into two, then we'll go ahead and fold it up again into four. So we fold into two first and we fold it again to have four fold. Now we are folding it into four because we are going to be cutting the back and the front panel together. Now if you are not making use of a silk fabric, I will advise that you make use of a light fabric, being it crepe or anything. Let the fabric be a lightweight fabric. It shouldn't be thick. So as you can see, that is folded into four pieces. Now this is what is looking here. Will be serving as our shoulder part. Now the first thing I'm going to be doing, I'll be coming in from that center part, which is our center front and our back. So at that part, come in by 1 inches at that center part. 1 inches, come in by 1 inch. So I'll just go ahead and mark 1 inches there. Come in by 1 inches, yes, and connect it. Now from that part I came in by 1 inches. That is where I'll start taking my measurements. Now I'll be placing my tape there and I'll mark my neck width. So the neck width I'm working with is 3 inches. So I marked 3 inches. Then the next thing I went ahead to do was to mark half of my shoulder measurements there. I mark half of my shoulder measurement. Then I just went ahead and measured the remaining piece that I'm having there. I'm going to be using it as my sleeve length. Then that part that is my sleeve length, I'll be coming down by 1.5 inches for my shoulder slant. Then I'll go ahead and connect it to the neck width. I'll go ahead and connect that part to the neck width with my straight ruler. So this is what I have. So after connecting it to the neck width, from that shoulder slant, I'll be coming down for my sleeve opening. Now this sleeve opening totally depends on what you want, but I think it's more finer when the sleeve is very wide. So I came down by 14 inches. So when I mark 14 inches, I'll be going in by 1 inches from that part. So that 1 inches I went in with is what I'll be using to hem the sleeve part. So when I marked this 14 inches, I thought it was wide enough, but after making it, it wasn't that wide, but it was still fine. Now for my neck depth for the back, I marked 1.5 inches. So what I mark now is my neck depth for the back. I first marked 1.5 inches. Then for the front neck depth, I'll be making use of a V-neck, which is 8 inches. So you can see that at the intro of the video, mine was V-neck at the back. I later changed that. Initially I wanted to work with a basic round neck for the back, then V for the front, like the style inspo, but at some point I decided to change my mind and go with V-neck for both the front and the back, and which came out beautiful. So I'll just connect that front V-neck like this. You can see how I connected it, and the back neck was a basic round neck of 1.5 inches. Now the next thing I'm going to be doing is to form our cowl. So from that my sleeve opening, that part I went in by 1 inch, I'll go ahead and form a curve like this. You can see how my hand went, so I form a curve. So I'll use my chalk and I'll draw it. I'll just look at what I'm doing. So just go ahead and form a curve like this. You can see my chalk, even though it's not that too visible, but it's still showing. So that is what I did. Then I'll be cutting it out. So you have to form that circular shape. That is what that will help to give you that cowl effect that is on this particular blouse. Then I'll go ahead and cut it out. So this is what it's looking like right now. So the next thing we are going to be doing is to cut the neckline. So I'll be cutting the back neckline first. Go ahead and cut your back neckline first. Then you cut out your shoulder line, because I want this to have a joint shoulder at that part. But if you don't want a joint shoulder, you can just leave it like that. But I want mine to have a joint shoulder. Now the next thing I will do is to open up the center part. Now when I open up the center part, I'll be having my front separate and my back panel separate as well. That is one thing that you're going to notice. So when you open up that front part, the upper piece, you'll be having it as your front. The down piece will be your back. You can see what it's looking like. You can see I have my front and my back. Now I'll go ahead and cut out the front neck depth, the front neckline, which is the V. And this is what it's looking like. You can see this is what it's looking like. So then the next thing I'm going to be doing, I'll place my tape on the shoulder to determine where my slit is going to start. So I went down around 17 inches. So I went down 2 inches below my normal waist. So I marked 17 inches. So I'll notch that part. So I'll be closing the other parts and I'll be leaving that part open for the slit. So this is what is looking like. Now we are going to be cutting out a piece of fabric from here that we are going to be using for the facing. We are going to be using to turn the neck part of the dress. So I'll just cut out a piece and turn the neck part. So at this point, this was where I was like, maybe I should just have a V at the back, but the back V should be more down than the front. So this is me. I went ahead to refold the back piece. You can see the back neckline. So I went ahead to refold the back piece and I decided to have a V neckline at the back. This was the point. I decided to have a V neckline. So for the back V neckline, I went down by 10 inches. So I used 10 inches for the back V neckline. So I just use my ruler and connect it from that neck width that I have before for the V. So I'm so sorry. I decided to just change my own style to V at the back. And I love how it was looking. So I'll just go ahead and arrange it and cut it out like this. Yeah, just cut it out. So now I'm done cutting out the back V, as you can see. Then I've my piece. I've cut out some piece of fabric from the same material to use for the turning of the neck. So I'm just going to be using it to turn the neck parts like this. So I'll be turning both the front and the back neckline, and I'll bring it back to show you guys what it looks like. So this is it, and this is the front piece. No, this is the back. This is the front piece. Yes, I've turned the neckline for the front, and I've also gone ahead to turn the neckline for the back. So the only difference between the back and the front is just that the neckline for the back, the V for the back, is more deep than the front. Now the next thing I'm going to be doing, I'll bring the two front pieces like this. I'll be placing right side facing each other. Then I will go ahead and close the center part. So I'll close it from that neck part to that point that I notch. From that neck part to that point that I notch, that is where I'll be closing it from. Then I'll be doing the same thing for this part as well. So I'll go ahead and close from the neck part to that part that I notch for the front and for the back piece. I'll be doing the same thing. So guys, I'm done closing it. You can see what it's looking like. See the place I stop, see the neck part, and see the opening at the down. So that is what we are going to be using to form that slit at the front. and I repeat the same thing for the front panel as well. So I did the same thing for the front and the back. Now I'll go ahead and place my fabric. I'll bring the front piece and I'll place on top the back piece. I want to join the shoulder, so now I place right side facing each other. Then I'll go ahead and join the shoulder. Go ahead and join the shoulder like this, and I'll bring it back for you guys to see. So this is what it's looking like. I've joined my shoulder piece together and it's looking so nice and beautiful. Now the next thing is for you to go ahead and hem the sleeve part. Hem your sleeve part with the 1 inches allowance that you gave. You can see what it's looking like. So I've hemmed this sleeve part. You can see it's looking so beautiful and nice, and everything is just coming out so beautiful. Now that slit at the front, you are going to go ahead and hem it in like this. So that 1 inches you went in by, after closing that part you want to close, you go ahead and hem that slit part like this. See what I'm doing? So this is what is going to help to form that V slit at the front. So I was done hemming that part. You can see it's looking so relaxed and it came out beautiful too. Now is for us to go ahead and close our boo gown. Now I'll go ahead and turn it over, facing right side facing each other of the back and the front. Then I'll go ahead and make a stitch from that sleeve opening part to that V slit at the front. So from the slit part to that V at the front, that is where you'll be closing. So guys, see what it's looking like, and it came out so beautiful. See the down part, see what it's looking like. This top is just so beautiful and nice. Now this is what I'm going to tell you. When you have a V at the front and the back, you are going to try to make it to sit in place. If you wear this top like this, you'll find that it's going to be falling off. It's going to be falling off. It's not going to be relaxed on your neck, and you find that the front V neckline is higher than the back and the back is deeper. Now we are going to be forming a rope that we're going to be using to hold that back. So I have this strap that I've formed already. Look at it, it's very tiny and is around 21 inches in length. Yes, 21 inches long. So I'm going to be placing it at that back part just below the shoulder. I'll go ahead and place it there, and I'll use my pin and hold it down. So I'll go ahead and place it there on the front, on the back part. I mean to say, place it on the back part, not on the front. So on the back, just put it on the back part like this inside, and you'll go ahead and stitch it down. You'll go ahead and hold it down. So take it there and go to your sewing machine and use your machine and hold it down. So guys, this is what it's looking like. Now when you put on this top, you go ahead and tie these straps at the back of your neck. It's going to be making this your neckline part not to be falling off from your shoulder. So guys, if you really enjoyed this tutorial, do not forget to hit the subscribe button and also share this video with your friend. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Thank you.